Well, hello everyone. If there's anybody there, be sure and comment. Let me know that you're here so I'll know who I'm talking to. Got a little bit of lag here, looks like, but I'll get it. Okay, hi Linda. I hope you hear back soon about your little Facebook glitch. Glad you could join this evening. So far, you're the only one logged in. But it is just now 6 o'clock, so hopefully I'll have some other visitors here in just a few minutes. I'll wait here and see who all joins us here this evening. It's going to be me, just me this evening, Linda. I've got Keith. Keith had had to go to work, and Bill had some things that he was going to take care of, so I'm handling the chat by myself this evening. I think I can come up with enough to talk about on my own. I hope I can. If not, I'll just have to cut it short. But hopefully, if there's enough questions, and I've got a few things to update everyone about. We had a great weekend and so on, so I can carry on for a while by myself, I think. I wouldn't be surprised if Keith and Bill both don't join here after a while. Join in the comments anyway. In the chat, they'll probably check in. I don't know that error that you received. I've got from Facebook. I don't know how long it takes for them to respond to anything that you report. I have no idea. I've never had to do it, and I don't have Facebook anymore, so I don't have to worry about what they do block. I don't care, I just don't. Kind of just got rid of them. Well, I'm still waiting for someone else to join us here, Linda, besides just you and me. I hope it's not just you and me for the evening. If it is, I can talk to you on the phone a whole lot easier. I will let you know, Linda, that we are planning on. I talked, as a matter of fact, talked today to Kaylee Owens, who's sort of managing things for us a little bit and doing our booking for us. And we're going to plan on doing two sort of pay-per-view concerts. And so I'll keep you updated on that when that happens, because I'll certainly need you to run the cameras for us. I think the first one that we will do will probably be right around the first part of April. There may be the first weekend or two in April will be the first one. So, but I'll let you know more about that as we get closer. Hopefully you'll have that. Hopefully it'll fit in your schedule where you can do the cameras for us. But she had suggested this. That's a certain site that hosts things like that. I went and checked it out. I saw some clips of some other artists who've used it, and so we can do a pretty good production. I'm satisfied. I'm not sure what I'm not sure what the first weekend in April is. Linda, I don't know the date. I thought it was like around the third, maybe. I'm not sure, but again, I'll just have to let you know because we had talked about it earlier. I talked about it earlier with her, and then again today, where she was suggesting that we do two of them, do a couple of them. And I thought, yeah, that'd be great. Like I say, we'll just have to see what dates are open. I can look here and get and tell you maybe. Let me see what April has here. Yeah, April the 3rd or maybe the 2nd, either a Friday or a Saturday, I guess. Then the next one would be around the 9th and the 10th. I'm going to say that's probably when we'll do it. The first one. Uh, since we'll just allowing a little bit of lead time because we're starting our master recordings. We're starting Friday, and so I don't want things to run too close. Where we're rushed to try to finish up or anything because we've got recording booths set up in here and we'll have to get that tore down, moved out of the way, and get our set back the way we usually do. And so anyway, I would venture to guess probably around the 9th or the 10th will be the first one. And I think typically, from what I saw from this particular site, that usually they're around an hour show, something like that. So I don't think they run much over that. I think that's what they recommend is an hour, which that's of course no problem for us. But again, that's early. I'm just talking. I'll have to get you more details as we go along. Right now, pretty much just focused on getting this album recorded. By the way, Linda, how is the video and the audio? If you don't care to make a comment, so I'll make sure I'm getting out there okay. Looks okay here, of course, but not knowing, I don't know what it looks like out there on the web. I have no idea. Oh, okay, great, good, good deal. Yeah, I think we've got the streaming set up very well now. I believe it's uh, I believe that's a good the that mobile hotspot is working great. Um, I just hate that there's limits. I hate the cap on it. Because gosh, it sure seems like we use up a lot. When we do stream, but well, that's the way it is. We just have to, we just have to ration it out. But yeah, it does work great. Here, I'll show you right now. We've got the booth set up. Here's what the booth looks like. And then here's what the inside looks like. Well, kind of. You can tell a little bit, I guess, what it looks like in there. But there's the outside. So you see it. It's pretty well taken up all the stage area for sure. That booth was built. Ed Tuxhorn built that booth whenever we were recording for him, and anyway, we got a hold of Ed last week, and Ed was just more than happy and gracious enough to bring it down to us and let us use it for this album. We recorded an album for Ed. I don't know if you remember that or not, but we had recorded an album for Ed. It's called Tuxhorn. Uh, yeah. Live the Dream, Pass It On is the name of it. And anyway, Ed brought it down for us to let us use it. and it's in sections, so it was, it was pretty easy to put up, get put back up, and we've got the drums and everything mic'd up so far, ready to go for. We start recording Friday. Yeah, if there's anyone else out there, be sure and comment so I know you're there. I got it so I can acknowledge you. Yeah, I think it's still just you and I, Linda, so far. When's the strawberry wine ready? It won't be ready probably till, I would guess, maybe, I don't know. It might be another week. I don't know. It's real close to being ready to be bottled. It may be good enough to drink now. I'll without letting it set in the bottle for a while. I don't know. I'll have to sample it when I get ready to when I do get ready to bottle it. Yeah, again, if there's anybody else out there, be sure and comment. Let me know you're here. Yeah, Linda, sure. Yeah. Well, there's Lake Lizard checking in. Hey, I knew there'd be some check in sooner or later. Been so Linda was the only one that I'd seen so far. Okay, Cipher. Time to get her done, huh? Oh, all right. I see Cipher. I don't know I don't recognize that handle. You'll have to give me a hint who you are. I don't know who it is. Sort of like Lake Lizard. I had to figure out who Lake Lizard was here a couple weeks ago. So anyway, but glad you guys could join us for sure. I know Lake Lizard was really, man, we were glad to see you over the weekend. Glad you came out. Really glad to see you. Oh, I appreciate the compliment, Brad. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate the compliment. Yeah, I'm winging it here by myself this evening. Keith had to work this evening, and Bill had some other things to do, so I'm running it all by myself this evening. So uh, I'm going to have to carry on the conversations with just me and whoever else. So all the questions or any questions that you got, and all your comments or whatever, I'm going to have to handle it all myself. Yeah, we enjoyed having you. That was great. You've got to come back. Yeah, you've got to come back for sure. Um, we see Regina comes all the time. We're always glad to see her. If I, yeah, Cipher, if you could give me a hint who you are, or if I do know you, yeah, I appreciate it. So far, looks like there's four in here, and I count three. I count three commenting. So somebody's lurking. I will pass along a little bit. I will kind of pass along some news about the band. We first I've been talking to Kaylee Owens this week, and we are definitely we're planning on two pay-per-view concerts. The first one will be right around the first part of April. And she is still waiting to hear back on several bookings for this summer. We're really hoping that things open up for us. Some encouraging news actually is that Texas seems to be completely opening back up for business. So I'm hoping a lot of the other states do the same, and of course if that happens, then booking. Hopefully a lot of venues then will start booking again, and we can get back out and get going. And so anyway, had some encouraging news from her. She was hoping to hear maybe something this week or next week from a lot of places that she's applied to, festivals and so on. So hoping to hear back from her then and on that, and then again the we'll do two online live concerts. And I can't set a permanent date yet on the first one because we're going to start recording drum tracks for the new album this Friday. So I just didn't want to get something scheduled too quick in case we run into some issues. And because we've got the booth set up, our recording booth set up, which pretty much covers up all of our stage area. And I showed this to Linda earlier, but I'll show again. Here's the booth. You can get a little view of it here. And then here's a view from the inside. You can get a little idea of it, what it is. And here's the outside again. That's where we'll be doing our drum tracks and vocals and so on. So, hit the wrong button here. Okay, there we go. So really looking forward to Friday and getting the actual master track started, and hopefully we'll have the album uh, finished and ready to go by that first concert. Could tie it all in at the same time. Sort of a release party concert. Um, I am also going to look into. Uh, we may do a. We may do again if it's everything works out. We may go ahead and do um, maybe a venue somewhere around here that'll host us, and we will definitely do a live one, a live gig at one of the venues around here close by, and call it a release party too. So anyway, yeah, like I mentioned, was really excited to get started on the album finally. We've done a lot of rehearsing and done a lot of rehearsing, demo work, just demos to sort of see how the songs are sounding and if the arrangements are okay and all that. But now we're pretty well satisfied. Have our 10 songs picked that we're going to do, and the name of the album is going to be Just Life. And all of the songs that we picked to go on the album, all the tracks are just songs that are all just different life experiences. Uh, as a matter of fact, even today, I spoke with Kaylee today about the cover art, and we kind of discussed ideas, or gave her an idea of at least what the theme of the album is and so on, and for them to start coming up with a design, and so I'll be anxious to see what she comes up with there too. Um, I hope this comment thing's scrolling. I don't think I'm missing anything. I have to. I've got the camera setting here just sort of in my way here. Maybe I could move this a little bit where I won't have to look like I'm looking around all the time, looking around that. I can look more directly at the camera. Okay, there we go. Now, so I know when we did Facebook Live, the comments didn't auto scroll, so there would be times where we didn't realize that somebody was making comments, and we didn't realize that it didn't auto scroll, and we were missing out on different comments. Some more good news for the band today too. Our album, Can't Lose Them All, the title track, Can't Lose Them All, I saw today where it had reached 18,700, a little over 18,700 plus plays, which is just amazing. I'm just amazed. That's really something. So proud of that, and of course that's not possible without you all. But to have that many plays is within about a month. It's about a month or so, about 4 weeks, I think. I think this is starting the 5th week. So that's just amazing, really amazing. And I know our a lot of our other tracks and from other albums and so on have all received a lot of plays. Uh, and namely, probably the one that has received the most, which I'm counting not just Spotify, but I'm counting YouTube and radio airplay and so on. Of course, that's Gray. Gray has well over 100,000, which is incredible too. But anyway, hey, if you guys got any questions for me, ask away. I wish somebody would comment. I want to make sure that the comment thing is working. I'm not sure. If anyone else is out there, please comment. Let me know you're there. Well, hello, Cheryl. Hi. Hi. I think, I don't know if you were in here last week or not, on here last week. Maybe you were. I forgot. Well, I'm glad you checked in this evening. How are things out in Colorado? We've had fantastic weather here the last few days, but I haven't paid any attention to what's going on out west. Oh, Jack is watching. Okay, hey Jack. 63 degrees. Yeah, I think it was close to that here too, Cheryl. Yeah, if anybody's got any questions about the band, be sure to ask. Kind of covered a little bit of what all's been going on. We've had some really just great success so far with Kaylee Owens. She's really done a lot promoting us and getting a lot of getting a lot of our music out there and boosted more, which is it's just nice to have that where I don't have to do it. I don't have to do the business so much of the business side of it. And it's freed me up to be able to do a little more. Well, be a lot more, do a lot more on the creative side, which is evident with the fact that for this new album, we ended up with uh, 17 songs that we could then narrow down to the 10 that are going to be on the album. But this past year, with the Corona and all that, well, with the pandemic, it has allowed us time to do a lot more writing, and it's paid off. So I believe Lake Lizard asked me that here not too long ago if the pandemic had if there was an upside to it, if that was one of them, and it certainly has been, without a doubt. There was just not been a whole lot more to do. There's a lot of places, nowhere to go, and so yeah, it helped a lot as far as that goes. As far as the creative side of it, and again, like I said, having Kaylee, who's doing a lot of things for us, and I said we had 17 songs, and I had, let's see, I think 5 more that I don't even have, that we don't have, or Keith has some riffs, and I've got lyrics to about 5 more songs that we just haven't, we haven't even tried to put together at all yet. So we certainly got enough to do another album if we want to. I'm not sure this time if I don't know that we're going to have any physical CDs this time. This album, I think it may just all be completely digital. I mean, there's people that still play CDs. But they've just become almost to the point where CDs become almost a novelty item because of you can listen to music on your phone, and I mean it's just all digital now. Spotify and iTunes and Apple Music and all, and I know, I think I'd mentioned this before. I think we've talked about it on here before, but I know that for a while now, new cars don't even have CD players in them. I think they're all Bluetooth and Bluetooth, MP3, and all that. So, there's really not much call for CDs anymore. And so I think we'll probably not even have any made. If we do, it would just be a special request. And but of course, I'm from the days of when we had albums, vinyl, and I always look forward to getting a new album and reading the liner notes and the artwork and everything that went into making an album is fantastic. Of course, then we went from, and we had 8 tracks, which sort of took away from that, the album side. But then we went to cassettes and moved on into CDs and then the MP3 players, and so here we are. So it looks like, as far as cover art goes, that's really, it's more or less just to have, to splash on Spotify and on the website which I guess means that if you're going to do it, your cover art, you got to put a lot of, if you're going to, you want it to be something special, because that's the only thing that to draw attention to you, I guess. Oh, hello, Herman. I didn't recognize the handle there. Yeah. Oh, well, good to see you're in there, Herman. Great. Hope things are going well up there for you today, this week. Hope you had a good weekend, too. Glad you could join us tonight. Kind of missed you the last 2 or 3 chats that we've had. Of course, we moved off of Facebook, and that's made it that's we're not as don't get it out to as many people. Not as many notifications out like we do, but I've been trying to do the newsletter. Some of the newsletters, though, some of the emails, I think are going into people's spam folders, and I don't know how, to announce that, and other than just on our Facebook, I could announce it on the website too, which I think I'll do, and I'll put it on our Facebook band page too. That be sure and take it out of your spam filter. DoubleWide Debris. DoubleWide Debris, probably just the name alone, I hope doesn't mean trash to the spam filters. Maybe it does. Okay, yeah, Herman. Well, I'm glad you got it going. Yeah, sure glad you got it going. I'll be in the since Cheryl and Herman's joined. I'll kind of rehash a little over what I've already kind of talked to everybody else about. But we are this this Friday. We will start recording our master tracks for the new album, Just Life. I spoke with Kaylee today about the cover art, which I was just talking about a while ago, and we have had some good news for we are planning on doing 2 concerts. The 2 online concerts will be coming up here. The first one will be coming up right around the very first, probably the second weekend in April. And then we'll be doing one after that, another one. These will be pay-per-view concerts. And then we'll also, hopefully, we may do a album release thing at one of the venues around here close. Also, I wanted to mention, which I mentioned earlier too, I'll mention it again. I checked today, and our title track, Can't Lose Them All, from the album Can't Lose Them All, I saw today where the title track had reached 18,700 plus on plays, which every time I say it is just incredible. That's just a great feeling to know that many people have listened to your music and are listening. That's an awesome feeling. So, and it's people like you all too that it's what it's all about. is, entertaining you, and plus, hopefully it's something that's meaningful to you. Hopefully you find a song or two that you can relate to and go, yeah, I've experienced that, or yeah, I feel that. And for me as a songwriter, that's the ultimate compliment there. Um, so yeah, and like I said, we're going to start recording Friday. I showed this earlier, but I'll show it again. We've got our booth set up in here, where our stage is usually at, and this is the outside of it, and then here's kind of a look at the inside. See what? It's probably an 8 by. I think it's 8 by 8, probably. And anyway, yeah, we do the drums first, which you can see they're all crammed in there, and then when we're done with that, we'll set up and do our vocals in there as well, and of course all the guitars and the bass. But that booth was brought down here by Ed Tuxhorn, who we had recorded an album for Ed, and Ed built that booth especially to record his album with. And so anyway, we contacted him last week to see if we could use it, and he was more than happy to bring it down to us, and we had a good visit while he was here. So we're really, really, really glad to see Ed, and glad that he still had the booth. So got it set up, and we'll be using it. I'm hoping we will have the album done by the end of the month here, and get our stage. We're going to have to get our stage area back so we could do these online concerts. Yes, Linda, Gary. Yes, Gary needs to be. Well, not in the corner, but he definitely needs to be in the back, one way or the other. That's for sure. Yeah, Gary is a character. Gary's quite the character. As you noticed too, Herman, Keith and Bill are not here this evening. Keith had to work this evening, and Bill had some other things to do, so I'm pretty much taking it over this evening. It's just me and you all. So anyway, I've kind of covered most of the news. We had last weekend. We had a really good time last weekend with. Went through the songs, all the 10 songs that we picked for the album. We went through them, had a great rehearsal, had a great visit with Lake Lizard came and visited us, which was awesome. And we just had a really good time. Had a great rehearsal, went through all the songs. Just very satisfied with the arrangements. So hopefully nothing changes come Friday. Here is, let me reach over here. I've got the song list right here. And I'll give you guys the titles to the tracks here. This is not in the song, or this is not in the order that they'll be on the album, But anyway, One Big Lie is one of the tracks. Just Life, which is the title track as well. Come Back. I Am What I Am. Peggy's Pinto. Once Upon a Never. Fool of You. Riverbank. The Bomb. And Paying Our Dues. Now those are the 10 songs that'll be going on the album. And each one of those songs are just are songs that are just we call the album Just Life, and the songs we picked are these are just all songs that are, you know, life experiences. You all are probably familiar. I know I played it here. Peggy's Pinto. I think they're that Peggy's Pinto is a song that no matter where you're from, you know, there is that someone. There is a Peggy's Pinto probably in every community, no doubt. I Am What I Am is a song about, you know, sort of an independent streak, and that we all have, I think. Come Back. Come Back is a song. I wrote that song. It's a song that I wrote, which a lot of people I know can relate to, but it's about someone that is having problems, and they're not themselves anymore, and it's just a song about, you know, you want them to come back to what they once were. Once Upon a Never is a song that I wrote about. Instead of Once Upon a Time, I just took and twisted that around to Once Upon a Never, and whenever you hear the lyrics, you'll see that I took the lyrics and just said that, and instead of things you would normally say, like you know, you know, I'm going to be with you forever. I said I twisted that around to where I told you that we would never see each other or something like that, and then I threw in the hook of, you know, Once Upon a Never. In other words, that would have never happened. Yeah, there's a lot of the songs that are here, just different life situations that I think everybody can relate to some way. So yeah. Anyway, anybody's got any comments or questions, why, throw them out there. I'm here by myself tonight. I can handle it, I think. I think one thing you'll probably miss is Keith and Bill usually are doing something in the background. they're not here tonight to entertain you in the background, so it's just me. Anyway, yeah, if you got any comments or questions, please fire away. I've I've told you about all. I pretty well got you everybody updated, I think, on what's been going on here in the last few days. Again, we got a really big, busy weekend coming up. We uh, we have we'll be we'll be working pretty hard on you know there'll be a lot of time put in, but at the same time too, when this will be drum tracks. A lot of our stuff will just be scratched, but Gary will get a workout for sure. But if he gets tired, then we quit. It's not like it's not a marathon thing. And you want all your songs to be fresh. And so, if Gary gets tired, we'll quit. And we'll come back at it later. Herman, let's see. No, none of these songs have been previously recorded. These are all new stuff. We had considered redoing a couple of songs from some previous albums. We had thought about redoing. I believe it was on the first album. It's a song called "Wall to Climb." We had thought about doing it, and then we thought about redoing "Stuck in This Truck," which is from I think the fourth album, maybe. But after we got all the other songs we put together, and those in there, we decided that we didn't need to. We didn't need to go back and redo those. Not to say that we won't somewhere down the line. I mean, we had, I believe I said 17 albums, yeah, or 17 tracks that we culled down to this 10. And plus, I've got 5 more songs, and Keith's got other riffs that we haven't even put together yet. So we've got new material even for another album when we get ready. And by the time we get around to that, who knows what we'll have by then. So to go back and redo something probably from one of the earlier albums, I don't know, it's probably getting more and more unlikely as we go along. So no, but anyway, Herman, yeah, to answer your question, no, none of these are all new songs. As a matter of fact, all of our albums, I don't believe we've redone any song from a previous album on. All of our albums have been, new material. I think, as a matter of fact, the only actual cover song that we recorded was we did our version of Bobby Bear's "I Want to Go Home." We got the license to do that, and we recorded it, and I think it's maybe on the second. I think maybe it's on the third album. And anyway, we did some work with a great guy, Bill Wentz. He's down in south of Nashville. Bill did some work for us, promoting for us for a while. A great guy, but Bill and became friends. He's a good friend too. But Bill has been Bobby Bear's keyboard player for oh gosh, 40 years maybe. And so I know anyway, Bill, when we had got licensed to rights to do the song, cover the song, and Bill heard it, and then he played it. He played it for Bobby, and and for those of you that have not heard it, you can go, you can pull it up on. Well, yeah, it's on Spotify or wherever, whatever streaming music you use. But you pull up "Want to Go Home." When you listen to our version of it, well, Bobby Bear heard it and listened to it, and his comment to Bill was, "Well, I've never heard it done that way before." I took that as a compliment. But that's the only cover we've ever recorded. We've always managed to have our own material. And like I said, we've got we probably, by the time we get around to recording another album, we'll probably have enough even then for another album already. So because we continuously try to write and create. Lake Lizard asked me about, how if I listen to much other music, and I do some. I don't a lot. When I do listen, I'm listening to. I'm usually listening to stuff that that I've listened to for a long time. Now there are some artists out there that I do go and listen to that I wouldn't say that are mainstream, but I don't. I guess I don't listen to the radio. I don't listen to mainstream radio or anything like that very much. I well, we it's sort of trying to keep from being influenced too much by hearing something and going and trying to mimic it. It's just I want to. Although we do try to take our past influences and put them all together, and I think that all comes out in our music with. I know it does with Bill, and it certainly does with Keith and Gary too, and even Jake. We've listened to a lot of music in our day and had a lot of music experience. So you pull all that and create a little bit of out of all that. And I won't say that I started to say that our music is unique. I don't think that it really. I shouldn't say that it's unique, but it's music that we. Uh, it's music. It's music that has just a little bit of everything in there. Uh, because we've had people comment and tell us before they've heard certain songs that we've done that we've heard everything from gosh uh, oh gosh, I don't know, like we've heard everything from the Outlaws and Rush. I couldn't believe somebody, but we did. We had one person tell us they thought we sounded like Rush. I don't know. And 38 Special, Leonard Skinner. We've had so many different comparisons to, which is kind of good. I mean, because that does show that a lot of the influences that we've had, past influence. And right here where we're at, here in Southern Illinois, there is, we're right in sort of a crossroads of, you've got St. Louis and Chicago music, we've got Nashville, we've got Memphis, and so all of that, being kind of in that, right there in that crossroads of all those different styles, it's you can't help but be influenced. If you're going to create your own music, you can't help but be influenced by a little bit of all that. So, well, I hope I'm not rambling on too much, you guys. I don't want to. I don't want to sit here and just ramble, and you're just going like, "What the hell is he talking about?" I would be used to that. I do get that a lot. Yeah. What in the world are you talking about? Yeah, if anybody else got any other questions or comments there, why, fire away. I will a lot of times, going back to where Brad had asked me about music, what music I listen to, or if I do listen to music. A lot of times, I will go to Spotify, and I will look at the groups that are uh, like us. Usually down at the bottom of the artist page on Spotify, if you're familiar with Spotify, they usually list several groups that'll be like what you're listening to, and that I do that. I do that a lot, and I found a lot of really good, groups that I have in my library that I do go listen to, and some of them are I'm when it comes to country music, I'm still pretty traditional. I like the old '60s honky tonk style, the old Buck Owens and so on style. Uh, I I do go listen to that, and then now I do listen to a little bit of some of the harder, all uh, outlaw southern rock stuff. I found some great groups that are just like us. They're taking advantage of the social media and got some great music, and which is just what this is just fantastic for us and groups like that, groups like us that could be heard. Like I said, 18,700 plus listens for uh, can't lose them all. Man, that's just that is that is taking advantage of technology, and that has given us a great opportunity to be heard. Um, so I go and listen to a lot of different groups like that in that fashion with Spotify. Uh, Now some of it, there I have occasionally come across some things that I don't I just can't relate to. But for the most part, yeah, some really good stuff. There's some groups out there. Skinny Molly, I listen to quite a bit. Mickey and the Motor Cars. Several others. There's just some some great bands. And as a matter of fact, if you go to if you do have Spotify, if you go to Spotify, and you go to our page, DoubleWide Debris page, scroll down to the bottom and check out some of the groups that are down there. You'll see what I'm talking about. Um, so yeah, again, we're really looking forward to this weekend. Uh, well, hello, Gary. Uh, I was talking about you. Well, I I was talking about you earlier, uh, and then I don't know if you can see in the comments what there. Linda was talking about you too, but I was talking about you a lot nicer than her, I think. Yeah, glad you could join, Gary, and I hope you have. I hope you listen to those test tracks uh, of your kit. Uh, I, I don't mean to be talking past everybody else here, but I just want to throw it out there to Gary right quick that I don't know if I don't know that I think we mentioned it to you, but that was those were just that what you heard, that drum track test track, that was just the mic. That was just mic placement. That's all that was. So I think you're going to be really happy. When it's all said and done, we're getting a really good signal. Now we'll have to adjust a little bit for you but that was what we did was that was from Keith, and Keith was hitting them pretty hard. So we may not have to adjust anything. I mean, as far as inputs for you, it may be just fine. But either way, that was what it sounded like, Gary. So I hope you like it. Uh, I don't know. Did I show? Herman and Cheryl, did I show you the recording booth? I'm not sure if I did. Uh, well, if I didn't, I'm going to anyway. If I did already, I'll do it again. But this is the recording booth here that we've got set up in our stage area. And then here is a little bit of a look on the inside. I know you can't see much, but that's about as good as I could get the camera. But we're all set up and ready to go. So I'm pretty sure you are too, aren't you, Gary? You're ready to do it, aren't you? I thought just being me here this evening, this would be a fairly short session. But gosh, I see I've already been on there way over an hour. So, oh, thank you, Cheryl. Cheryl, do you come back to Illinois very often? I'm just curious. Yeah, you'll be working, Gary. You're going to be working. Good question, Herman. Uh, we will have, for the drums, just the drums alone, there will be 8. There will be 8 tracks for the drums. Then there will be like say my guitar. There will be 2 tracks for it because one track will be recorded direct, and then another track will be mic'd. The direct box that I use allows me to send a direct signal straight to the recorder, but it retains my amp tone and everything. And but then also we'll use a mic as well, and we do that with Keith's guitar too. And then those 2 tracks, when we go to the mix, we kind of blend those together if needed. Sort of get that little bit of get that ambience, room ambience. Can add a little bit to it, along with just the good clean direct in signal. And then there's be 1 track for the bass. And then vocal tracks, I'm going to say there'll be probably 3. If we count harmonies, there could be up to 4 different tracks for vocals. And then there'll be also another track for lead guitar. And just a few little extra tracks in there in case you want to just add something else. You know, I might do something a little different on rhythm and add it in, and you know, we try not to do a whole lot in our recordings. We try to not do a whole lot that we just can't do live. If we can't reproduce it live, we try not to put it on that. We try not to get too elaborate, you know, with the recording. So, you know, we'll get up close to 24 tracks, or we're pretty close to using all 24 tracks. I've actually got 48 tracks, you know, just 48 open tracks that I can use, which that would be, you know, we'll never get that far. So yeah, anyway, Herman, I hope that answered your question. I'm gonna say probably each song will probably be close to anywhere between 15 and 20 tracks per song. Oh, Cheryl, yeah, I saw you commented there. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you know, if you make it back here, and of course, you know, you're always welcome to come out to the world headquarters. So keep that in mind if you have time when you get back. I'm sure you're busy when you get back here. But if you find a little time and want to come out to the world headquarters, we'd be glad to see you. Sure would. Yeah, back to the tracks and the recording. Uh, I think I've mentioned this before. I'm sure I have. We had a reviewer once who, in the review of the album, said that although he had never heard us live, he could tell from our album that we were a great live band. So, and I took that as a great compliment. And because there are some groups that I've noticed and have read about what their philosophy on things in the past, and you know, a lot of times, you know, simple is good. Simple's the best. And there's no, you know, if you can't, and again, I'm just a firm believer in that. You know, if we can't do it for you live on stage without hauling a bunch of extra equipment, extra whatever around to reproduce the song, I just don't see any point in doing it. So, yeah, yeah, yes, sure, it'll be great. It would be great to see you too. It really sure would. So you just come right on out when you come back. All that goes for all of you. You know, all of you are always welcome to come here and hang out at the studio here at the world headquarters anytime you're in. Herman, we'd love to have you. As I told you the other day, you get down this way again, why, you're more than welcome to come and hang out here at the studio. Jam with us. Well, I guarantee you'll have a good time. Blake Lizard can vouch for that. Linda can vouch for that. For sure. Gary can vouch for that. We always have a good time here at the DoubleWide Debris worldwide headquarters. Always have a good time. I would like to throw in a little plug here. If Well, I guess really, well, Brad, musician, and Herman, you're a musician, but I'm gonna throw a little plug in here. Uh, there is String Joy. I guess you can see that. There's a little lag on the camera here. I have to wait for it to catch up. Make sure I've got it in the camera right here. But anyway, String Joy Strings. Yeah, String Joy Strings. They are custom made strings made down in Nashville, Tennessee. I have a custom set made, uh, and I have custom gauges. And anyway, I had got my new sets of strings in, and I had broke a string here not too long ago, and uh, they've held up very well. They always do. They hold great. They hold great tone, and when they go, I mean, there's not a gradual. There's not just a gradual loss in tone when they're ready to go. They just go right then. So I'm been really impressed with them, with these strings. And so anyway, I thought I'd just get a plug in there because for String Joy, they a lot of people, other people watch this after they watch the recording. So anyway, I'll just throw a little plug in for them. I like String Joy. Yeah, Gary, I'm looking forward to Friday and Saturday too. Really am. Yeah, we're ready to go. Again, I thought the drum test was great. The mic placement just did just a little minor adjustment on the mic placement. Just kind of the angles, a little bit of the angle, and everything turned out great. Got lots of signal to work with. So we should be ready to go. Yeah, ready to get it going and get this thing going. So you can roll your own free string the set. Yes, you can, Herman. Yeah, you can. You can have them, and they will make you a custom set. Yeah, and the strings are made right there in Nashville, at their shop there. Uh, I see. I have a custom set of. I play a 13, a 16, a 22, and a 26, and a 36, and a 44. And so they keep those set. They will keep a record of my set like that, and you can actually, I could actually get on a schedule with them and just have them, like, say, now, like, we were back gigging regularly, I'll have them send me a new set. Oh, if we're playing heavily, I'll have them send me a new set, once or so a month, a couple of sets anyway, once or so a month, and they'll do that. But yeah, they'll make practically, pretty much any gauge that you want, and they will keep it on record for you. You'll have your own file, and whenever you go to order, yeah, they'll fix you right up. Now I play a lot. I play heavier strings on the bottom. A 13 and a 16 and a 22. That's pretty heavy strength, but I get a certain tone that way out of some of the chords and some of the power chords that I play for the rhythm. I get a certain tone doing that. And one other thing too is I'm a really hard player. And tens, nines would never hold up, never have. Tens, tens don't last very long either. I pull. This keeps me from pulling the strings too, pulling the bottom strings very much and pulling them out. Of course, I don't do a lot of bending. Uh, because I'm not a lead player, and I see, yeah, oh, eight and a halves. Oh my, you are playing some light strings. My gosh, I don't even know how you can see that. I don't know how you can even see that string that small. Well, I'm strictly rhythm. I don't do any leads, and so I really don't need the bends or anything like that. I'm holding the back end up, and uh, but I do hit pretty hard. Matter of fact, even these 13s they take a pretty good beating when I'm done. Ah, Linda, I know you like it. I know you like the studio time. I know you do. Yeah, I uh, I started out. I started out originally learning guitar, learning to play chords and stuff. I originally started out. I just wanted to be a songwriter. I never really had any intention of. I really had no intention of ever actually being a performer of any kind, or playing in a band or anything like that. I just wanted to be able to put together progressions and so on, and write songs. So I never had any inkling, I never had any aspirations of ever being a lead guitar player. Uh, I've always liked rhythm, and I've never applied myself to playing lead, although incredibly I know the scales. Uh, I can play scales, but I just don't apply myself to expressing with in a lead style through any of the scales. I just don't do it. And I have the utmost admiration for lead players and guys that can just fly up and down the neck and do all that. Takes great talent. But it's just not my thing. I like to watch it, but I don't. I just don't. Not interested in doing it. I like to keep. I like that. I like holding the rhythm down. I guess is about all I can say. There's a lot of mechanical. I know a lot of lead players who are fast and can play all kinds of stuff, but some of them are very mechanical. Now, Keith is an emotional lead player. You rarely ever hear a lead from Keith that's exactly the same. And even on the demos, or even in our rehearsals for the album coming up, Keith will be, some of his leads that he's done now. What he does on the when we record the album will not even won't be the same. He plays with emotion. He expresses himself. Always did, even when he was when he started playing 10, 10, 11, 12 years old. I could always tell what mood he was in by just listening to the leads that he played. He's always been that way. So anyway, guys, I hope I haven't just rambled on here and bored all of you. I really don't. Uh, so uh, I I guess I'm gonna call it an evening. It's been an hour and a half. So I better get off of here. I'm glad all of you stopped in. I really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you next week. Be watching for the newsletter. And if you know anybody else, though, that mentions that they haven't been getting the newsletter or signed up and didn't get it, tell them to check their spam. I think some of them, the spam filter may be getting part of it. But anyway, watch for the newsletter, and I'll hopefully see y'all next week. Take care, and talk to you then.